We're gonna do a song that you never heard before. The volume.
Hear the drummer get wicked. Here we go again.
Ace Kennedy, my brother from another mother.
Yeah, what up?
I got a question for you, bro.
What's up?
Okay. I'm curious to know what you think about something. So I don't know if you saw this, but Dylan Gabriel from OU decided that he's going to transfer schools. He's in the transfer portal, right? And this was after some people were basically saying that he was like an early Heisman Trophy candidate. And with all things considered, I mean, he's had a fairly successful career so far in college. And I say that from the standpoint of winning records. This particular year put up some pretty decent numbers, and he is out of there, right? But he's not the only one, right? So Josh McCord, I think that's his name. This is Ohio State's quarterback. He also, after they had gotten pretty close to doing, getting there, and they had one loss since he was a quarterback, and they lost to Michigan, and they're out of it. He said, "I'm going starting quarterback now," right? So then on top of that, it's a cat, DJ Oogly. This is my cat who he was the number one recruited quarterback a couple of years ago to Clemson, right? And he just didn't get off to the start like Trevor Lawrence did, because he was the heir apparent to Trevor Lawrence. Now, Trevor Lawrence, I think came in place of, I think it was a dude, Kelly Watson or something like that. He was a quarterback beforehand. So took his spot and left Earth. They won a national championship, and they thought this dude was going to be an easy slide in. Well, it didn't go so well. They wound up sliding. They wound up going with another quarterback. He transfers to Oregon State. Now, Oregon State's coach has then gone to another team, right? So DJ is like, I'm out of here. I'm in the transfer portal. But now there are like all these guys this particular season, more than like times in the past, that are jumping into the transfer portal. My question for you though, bro, is that what do you think about how easily some of these guys are getting in the transfer portal after having fairly successful seasons though, bro?
I'll let you know what I think after we start the music.
Let's do it.
If you smell rock. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Hey, listen, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube and Facebook pages. We are live on both platforms at the same time. You click on the notification, the bell, you get the heads up whenever your boys and is doing their thing. Ace Kennedy.
So, here's my thing. I think that college football has set the precedent that this is a business. So these young men are basically looking after themselves, meaning that other schools can provide them probably better financing as far as the NIL money, and just other opportunities. Because I mean, you look at, for one, two things with OU, right? They're ready for their new quarterback. They know if they don't start him soon, they will lose him, and they think he is the next big thing.
Oh, Booty?
No. Booty ain't gonna see the. He ain't even gonna see the field, bro. They got some new dude that everybody's clamoring about. He's supposedly some 5-star recruit, and anyway, they feel like if they don't start him, that they're gonna lose him. So for Dylan Gabriel, it's just like, look, y'all about to go to the SEC. If we struggle with these Big 12 teams, I ain't trying to see that smoke over there. At least not with this squad. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, everybody else, like I said, I just think
Straight like that.
Yeah, I believe that they believe that they're gonna have better situations because there's gonna be a lot of people that need quarterbacks. USC is gonna need a quarterback. Florida State's gonna need a quarterback. There's some teams out there that's gonna need some quarterbacks. Georgia. Who knows what's gonna happen with Alabama?
Georgia's quarterback is gonna be there. I think that Georgia's quarterback, I think next season will probably start to show that he is probably more NFL ready than what most people would probably think. He's all right.
I thought he was talking about leaving though.
Well, listen. That is interesting. I'm just kind of curious, right? Because here's the thing I think, right? So I can understand if you get recruited to play for a team and the coach leave, like DJ did in Oregon State, then that's fine. The person that I came here to play for is no longer here, so I'm out as well. I get that. But I was more so surprised because the quarterback from Ohio State, he lost the one game, right? And then after that, the coach was like, oh, you know what? We going to be evaluating everybody, all positions. When homeboy's kind of like, wait a minute, man. We lost the one game, yeah. But outside of that, but I put up some pretty straight numbers, though, man. So I guess he just said, all right, cool, I'm out. But I find, though, man, that you do have more of that, though, right? Where you might be the quarterback, but if you got another one on the way at the expense of you possibly losing that one that you think, yeah, that's really that dog that we want to have. I guess I kind of see why players can say, well, let me take that and take my own career to my own hands and get up out of here then.
Yeah, because I mean, Texas is an interesting predicament because Quinn Ewers, he's having a historic season, but he got hurt, right? So it's like Texas obviously would want him to come back to be there for the SEC, at least to start, and then bring Arch, right? You don't want to like put Arch in this situation right off the cuff, but at the same time, you're at the expense of losing him. You know what I'm saying? But I think Texas is also like, look, man, we don't have a problem recruiting right now. Like, we're on an all-time high. We beat Alabama. We're going into the SEC. We just won the Big 12 championship. Like, they're not going to have a problem recruiting. So if Arch did leave, and with the way the transfer portal is going, Texas got the money to pay for the best person to come take over when Quinn does decide to go to the league.
Well, listen, this is what's crazy, though. So even with like Dylan Gabriel, right, this will be his third team, right, in maybe 4 years, right? He had 2 years under UCF, right? And now he's at OU. Did he play there last year? He was there last year. He made 2 seasons there last year.
Yeah, they thought he was leaving last year.
So it would be the yeah. I think that it's crazy. So my thing is this, though, right? Like I could. You know who I was surprised? I was surprised that Spencer Rattler declared for the NFL, and he wasn't great like they thought he was going to be at Oklahoma, and even when he went to South Carolina, he wasn't that great there either, though, man. So I was thinking, like, all right, is he going to transfer? And this is the thing I think. But then the flip side of that, though, right, is that you have a lot of these guys who are transferring to get bigger roles. So there's this running back from Georgia State, this dude, Marcus Carroll, where they say he's like the #1 running back in the transfer portal, right? And this cat is from Atlanta, But they were thinking like, no, people are thinking that the same way how Jahmyr Gibbs transferred from Georgia Tech to Alabama and gave them that extra dynamic Alvin Kamara type of play. This kid apparently they think could do that and could give any Power 5 team that look. So he played 2 seasons at Georgia State, went to a smaller school, and was thinking like, all right, you know what, maybe I didn't get recruited like that out of high school. Maybe I was 4-star and I didn't get that. And now that I'm at a smaller school and I showed what's up. Let me before I get on up out of here, let me show what I can do on that level. I think that it makes sense for somebody who's like a sophomore to put themselves in the transfer portal. But I think I'm just kind of surprised when I start to see juniors do it, where it's like, bro, you've been in college now for 3-4 years. At this point, I can see why their benefit would be, let me just maximize the bread then if I've already been in here for 4 years like Dylan Gabriel, though, bro.
Absolutely. And especially like when you even hear Caleb Williams talking about I can make more money in NIL than I would going to the league. So, you know, these kids ain't seen money like this before. So, and you're understanding better. I mean, you got to also look at the trajectory of the league too. Like, which team are you going to? You think Bryce wanted to be losing every game or whatever their record was? Like, nah, he came from a championship winning organization to go and lose. You know what I'm saying? Justin Fields running for his life. Like, you're gonna go to a whack team. So it's like, let me try to get some more success in the college level and maximize as much as I can before I go to the next level. Obviously, you run the risk of injury, but I mean, you can get injured in the NFL. So it's all the stuff to take into account, right? And you know, you could get your degree before you get out of college. So it's a lot to balance.
Speaking of college, though, let me ask you though, college playoff announced. Did they get it right?
They did not. They didn't get it right.
Oh,
they didn't get it right. They got what they wanted. They didn't get it right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Here's my thing, right? I know you and I have watched every sports show. You and I have talked on and off camera. We know about the whole deal about, you know, the eye test and, you know, what everybody thinks Florida State's going to do because their quarterback is down, this, that, and the other. At the end of the day, that's all well and good. But at the end of the day, them boys earned the right to be there. Now, I heard a commentator said something that was pretty profound that I didn't think about it, because they said, this isn't the team that went 13-0, right? But because they're saying the team that went 13-0 or whatever is the team with the starting quarterback. Now, mind you, they did win 2 games without him, but they're saying that if it had not have been that way, but that's neither here nor there. That's not the point. The point is they made it to that point, 13-0. They were undefeated. They won their conference. And just because of the fact that that's not what the college people wanted, then they had to make sure they boys was in there. They had to make sure Bama was in there, because there's no way you was talking about putting Bama in there if you wasn't talking about Texas being in there. Soon as you said Alabama was in there, that means Texas was in there, because because you ain't finna tell me that we didn't go into Tuscaloosa and beat them boys by 10, and then we ain't got no spot. It ain't that wasn't finna fly. So they got it wrong, but they got what they wanted.
This is what I think is crazy. So the way I look at it is this. I think that Bama is the big one, right? I think that Bama, to me, is the one that is the arguable one, right? Because I think that they're the ones where I think that you put in Texas. Because if so, this is my thing. I don't know how you have Bama beat Georgia, but then you still put Georgia in the playoffs over Bama, right? I just don't know how you, even though they went through that, that's fine. But then I also don't understand how you could leave out Texas, but then also put in Bama and Georgia over Florida State, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not as shocked or appalled by Florida State not being on. I'm gonna be honest. I saw a couple of Florida State games. The only time I saw them look like they were good, like that, I was like, wow. They only impressed me by beating LSU, and that's somebody, to be quite honest with you, that Georgia or Alabama takes on very regularly, right? But what I do think is this. I think that it's very influenced by ratings because, listen, ESPN, Disney, ABC, who host this game, same bank account as the SEC football, and the same bank account, to be honest with you, as the Big 12 network, right? So even though Texas has its own thing, Texas has part of their network that's also on ESPN. So it's all the same bank account, though, right? So I think that with all things considered, I didn't think about that. I don't want to steal that note that one of my dudes, Shane, put me on there. He said it's the same bank account, by the way, now. So it totally makes sense from their perspective to put their guys up there because it does feel like they're putting their teams out there. But I think that the big thing is that it makes sense as far as why there's never been a college football playoff without an SEC team because they're sponsors. So I'm going to be honest. I fully believe that even if Florida State had their quarterback, right? I think if you put any of the teams that are in this playoff series right now, they would still smoke Florida State. And I fully expect that when Florida State plays against Georgia in their bowl, if that's who they're playing against, I fully expect for Georgia to dog walk them, right?
Yeah, but what happens if they don't?
If Florida State beats Georgia, then it makes it all over. Then I could understand why they would be like, if Florida State gets out here and beats Georgia by 14, right? Then I think the Florida State has a case. Right, but I'm just saying, I've seen them. I can't ignore the fact that I did see you beat Florida, and I know that's your in-state rivalry, but I can't ignore the fact that you didn't score 3 touchdowns. I can't ignore the fact that you didn't look like a world beater out there. So I'm not that mad, to be honest with you, that Florida State didn't. I think that if anything, I just don't know how they would have left Bama out. And if you leave Bama out, you got to put Texas in.
Yeah, there's no scenario. There is no scenario where Texas should not have been in it.
Facts.
So what I'm saying is, even if Georgia would have beat Alabama, right, then I could see them saying Washington, Michigan, Georgia, Texas, because Florida State didn't pass the eye test, right? So at the end of the day, like I said, I feel like for the kids it's whack because if my son was in Florida State and we had accomplished our goal of winning the ACC conference and then not be invited to the playoff, oh, I'm livid. So I can understand where they're coming from in that whole community. But
listen, given that as it may, right? I'm looking at the spread, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Coming into this season, I didn't say we're about to win a national championship this season, right? I was just hoping that we were going to be better and made a big jump, right, from last season. So the fact that we're here now, and given how we've been playing over the last couple of games, right, I think that we beat Bama, and that showed that we was for real. I think that us playing OU, we lost by a touchdown. That's our rivalry game or whatever. We had some games where I think in between that we were starting to figure some things out, but I think that we didn't have viewers as well. And I think that we're peaking though, right? And I think that I'm looking at it, not afraid of Michigan. I'm sorry, but they all right. They're good for beating. They're good for beating Big Ten teams. Rutgers, you should, Indiana, like really. So yeah, that's cool. I'm not afraid. Listen, I'm not afraid of Washington. Now, mind you, Washington, their games come on so late that I just know Michael Penix Jr. is their quarterback. But even then, I'm not that afraid of that, right? And if anything, the only thing that I see is that it's beating a team twice. So Bama, you know what I'm saying? Like Bama is playing differently now, right? But I mean, at the same time, Bama, they're good for running the ball. And our run defense has been pretty well, though, bro. So I think if anything, though, bro, I'm not saying we're going to win, but I like our chances to win it just as much as I like anybody else. I'm not afraid of no team out there. There's no team that I'm like, oh yeah, we can't beat them. Nah, I think that we can beat any team out there.
I believe the same, but I don't want to see Bama again. It is tough to beat a team twice, so I would prefer to play Michigan if we beat Washington. But yeah, I'm definitely happy that our boys made it. Glad that we took the Big 12 championship on the way out, especially since the commissioner was on that BS and was wanting Tech to. Then he gonna try to come to the Big 12 championship game and give us props. Them fans was not playing with him, bro. They wasn't.
Well, not just that though. They gave Gundy the coach of the year. Right, seriously, you go give it. So you mean to tell me that Texas hasn't really, and Sark's coaching job hasn't been the biggest thing for the Big 12 this year? That what Oklahoma State has done with Gundy has been more impressive. You better go. They didn't want to give it to him on the way out, bro.
Of course not. They ain't want to give anything to us on the way out. Talking about telling Texas Tech, y'all better handle business. We showed them. Yeah. Anything else? I mean, now, like I said, I think I really want to see this Florida State Georgia game though.
I don't care. I don't. We listen, and maybe it's because you got to think I'm in SEC country, and I'm somewhere in between like the northern ACC schools, so Clemson and also Florida State. I don't care. Like I don't feel bad for the fans. I feel bad for the players. I don't feel bad for the fans though. They don't feel. Listen, as a fan, as a Texas fan, I hear all the time how people think we're so overrated as a school, overrated as a team, overrated as a fan base. So I'm not mad. No.
I want to see the game to see what. Like I said, if Florida State gets dog walked, right, then the committee got it right, bro.
I fully expect for Florida State to get walked down, bro.
Well, we'll see. That's what I'm saying. I want to see it. I want to see it.
Georgia about 21.
Okay.
About 21. And I would pick that even if their quarterback didn't get hurt.
Well, at least I think they'll have their second string back because he had a concussion. I think he'll be back, so they won't have the true freshman out there. So
they better go and get Ohio State's quarterback since he out there, or DJ.
Yeah. Oh, bro. So sliding over to the NFL just for a minute. Dog, tell me why the Bears is actually been sniffing around Eric Bieniemy.
Let me ask you a question. Has Eric Bieniemy damaged his stock this year?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Washington looks like pure trash every time I've seen them, right?
Right.
And I'm not saying that it's Eric Bieniemy's fault. I think that what's crazy is that I think that Eric Bieniemy has hitched his wagon to Ron Rivera, who's gonna get fired, bro. I just don't see. I don't see that magic in them, right? Having I don't think that magic in them having said this. We inherited him, right? He and our guy. I think that they're gonna fire him immediately, though, bro. And then it becomes a matter of if a new coach comes in, he might not want Eric B as his coach. And so I think that he hitched his wagon to this thinking, like, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a chance, not knowing that Sam Howell would go on and get sacked like 700 times this season, though, bro. All he do is get sacked, though, bro. And they're trash. And that doesn't mean that I'm pretty sure.
But the same thing you just said, right? He inherited that offense. It ain't like them the guys he wanted to run for his system. So he inherited that mess.
I think that I think that he did, bro. But I just think that at the end, I just think that the scenario, right, him joining that team at this juncture, I think because I think that if he doesn't they would have to fire Ron Rivera and make him the head coach, right? Like that would be the only way that I think that would be a saving grace, because how is it going to be any differently if he goes to Chicago, right? If
He'd
they
be the
both
head
of
coach.
them, no, but if both of them were offering the same gig, right?
Right. He might just want. So what I'm saying is, if it depends on who offers him the position first, right? Like, because Washington hasn't officially fired Ron Rivera. So the thing is, if Chicago is like, no, we interested and we're gonna reach out to see if we can holler at him, and if they have a great conversation before they fire whoever our head coach name is, I'm just saying he left Kansas City to bet on himself with the aspirations of being promoted to head coach. So I'm never gonna be mad at a dude like it, otherwise he would just be stuck doing the same thing because nobody would lead in him enough to give him another head coaching position. So he's betting on himself. I mean, he knew what position.
I don't have a problem with it. Yeah,
Right, but he knew what
I don't
position
have a
Washington.
problem with it.
He knew what position Washington was in before he went there. It ain't like they just magically fell off. Washington ain't been great. So he knew that going into it. That was part of the reason why that job was open.
Yeah. Yeah, they listen, bro. Them boys is terrible, bro. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that like they're just bad. And this is the thing that's crazy to me about it too, right? They're bad. And listen, I think that them being bad makes their division looks like it's a two-team race, and it has been for the last little while. But it's like it just goes to show you, man, the importance of getting the quarterback position right and surrounding the quarterback with the right. Because I don't think that they're like when you look at Washington's players, they got some guys, right? I mean, Sam Howell just ain't it for the quarterback, but they got Terry McLaurin. They got Jahan Dotson, who I think is pretty good wide receiver, and I think their running back is Brian Robinson. I believe they got some people though, bro. I just don't think that they got to shore up their line and get the quarterback right. But that's the same thing can be said with the Bears, though, right? He's gonna be in the same position.
He is, except for he'll be the head coach.
Yeah.
So
good for y'all if y'all can get him though, bro. But get that other coach out of here, though, bro. Listen, did you know that other coach y'all had was a defensive coordinator before he became the head coach?
I don't even know the dude name now, bro.
I don't know. Eberflus. I think that's his name.
Right.
But why? But my thing is this: if you're a defensive coach, right, then why is the defense not so good? Like I would like to think that if you're an offense, if they hired you and everybody labels you as an offensive coach, that means you were previously an offensive coordinator. I would expect that for your teams to be in the top half of the league in offensive categories because you're an offensive-minded coach. The same with defense. If you're a defensive-minded coach, like Ron Rivera is supposed to be, like Eberflus, y'all guy, then I would think that you're a defensive coach. So you should be a top 15 defense, right? Them boys out there looking, man. I don't know, man. I want Eric B to land in the right scenario, though, bro. And I'm gonna be honest with you, though, man. The positions that's gonna be open, the Commanders, the Bears, the Panthers, the Chargers. If he can get the Chargers, I don't think that, man. He gonna end up getting something like the Bears, though, bro. And I think he gonna be in the same boat.
Well, I mean, but he'll at least be a head coach. He'll get the opportunity because I mean, at the end of the day, somebody will bring him back. Even if he did the Bears for 3 years and then they fired him or whatever, he'd be back as an offensive coordinator somewhere. Like it ain't like he is terrible at his job. It's just he just, I could even see him going back to Kansas City if stuff don't work out.
I totally can.
Yeah, go where it's safe. Basketball. Josh date is coming up pretty soon, bro. What you think?
Is it coming up? I listen. His team looks so bad without him, and I'm kind of surprised by that because last season they had a pretty good record without Ja Morant. Now, granted, I think that their team is structured a little differently. They don't got Steven Adams for the whole season, so that's your defensive anchor along with Jerry Jackson. But I think that they still got a lot of the same guys. You can just kind of tell how much they're missing Ja Morant. I fully expect that things will turn around for them because I don't think that you could just replace and make up for that long term. Listen. I haven't heard anything from Ja Morant since then, so maybe he's learned his lesson, bro. He's taking it easy.
He's been practicing. He's been, doing all of been involved in all the practices. Just can't show up to the games, that type of stuff. But his return date right now is set for December 19th. So it's coming up.
It's coming up. Listen, man. He's been out of the headlines. I think that listen with all. You got to give him props. I mean, he's been quiet. I think that's what you were expecting, though, man. So he comes back. He's going to apologize again, and as long as his apology shows that he is contrite, I don't see why you wouldn't just go ahead and say, "All right, bro, let's get it going now, though, man." That's water under the bridge, even though we watch it.
Well, that's the thing. I think because of the fact that he knows this could be potentially his last hoorah, because after that, then they're gonna have to trade him or something. So it would put Memphis in a tough spot because they would just basically be in a rebuild, and that
is a tough part about it. So Memphis, it's very rare, right, that you get people ain't gonna just come there during free agency, right? Like it's different. Like a lot of times they remind me of the Pistons, right? Because even when they had like Zach Randolph had already signed his extension with Portland, and then he was traded there, right? But nobody is just looking at it like Memphis, like it's a free agent destination. But with Ja Morant there, it does look different, though, right? So I think that I don't think that they could trade him, bro, because I think that Memphis is one of those small market teams where you're going to rely on the draft to build your team. And so luckily they do have they have 3 homegrown players with Triple J, Bane, and Ja that they can say, all right, these are guys that we're going to, put our future on, though, man. But I don't think that you can say, all right, well, we just going to look for another Ja, one of these generational talents.
I'm just saying if he got in trouble again, he could be out the league, is what I'm saying.
Out the league, yes. I don't think that. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I think that Memphis would even give him another chance. I don't think that Memphis would just say, "All right, we done. We washing our hands of you." I just don't think that I don't think that they have a history of attracting good enough players to be able to just let Ja walk. I think that he got one more mess up for them. 2 maybe.
So you've been hearing the rumblings about people saying that Golden State need to move on from Klay Thompson. What you think about that, bro?
I'm mad, bro, because I absolutely hate to hear somebody say that somebody is washed, right? That's what they said it about LeBron. They call LeBron washed. I think that when somebody say that somebody's washed, I think that there's context, right? I need to know who's saying it, right? Because you know me, if you go call somebody washed, I need to see you do a left hand layup. Put you in a layup line and let me see you do the layups. And how you do a left hand layup tells me if you can call somebody washed or not. With that being said, though, man, Klay is just playing differently. I don't think that he's taking the same number of shots that he took when he was prime Klay. So that's one thing. And I'm going to be honest, and what's making it look even bad or worse for him is that Steph still is Steph, right? So it's like you see Steph doing him and you see Klay where he's barely getting 20 points in a game. I don't know that he's taking the same number of shots to get 20, but
shoot, Draymond damn near got a better 3-point percentage than Klay does. He had 43%.
You can't tell me that Klay just forgot how to shoot the ball, bro. If you're a shooter, bro, shooters is gonna shoot. I just think that somehow, though, bro, they just got to figure out how to get Klay more looks. I don't think he's washed, though, bro. And I wouldn't trade him because this is my thing. Who exactly are you going to get over Klay that's going to make your team that much better? Who's available? DeMar DeRozan? He don't shoot threes, so it's like, all right.
I got somebody that can shoot threes, though.
Who you gonna get? Zach LaVine? Like I wouldn't like. I'm gonna be. I wouldn't take Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan over Clay right now. Not for Golden State. Now I would take DeMar DeRozan over other players, but for that. But if Golden State as currently constructed, because you think about it though, right? Nobody's saying anything about Wiggins' shooting struggle. Wiggins' shooting is terrible this year.
They on his head too.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna be honest. I think Wiggins is the one that people need to be more concerned about because Wiggins was falling off last season after the whole thing came out about his boy having a kid with this girl. Like Wiggins had fell off after that dramatically. So I don't know, bro. I don't think that Clay ain't the one you got to worry about, bro.
Who you think winning this tournament, bro?
I don't even care about the tournament, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't. You know what it is, though, bro. I was lost from the announcement of the tournament. I don't understand the significance. I can understand that you want to incentivize teams and players to play and have all games mean something. I get that, though, bro. I'm not as interested in the tournament.
I think the tournament is confusing, right? Nobody understands the rules. Nobody understands when they're playing tournament games and when they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like it just wasn't explained well. It wasn't advertised properly.
If you're gonna say it's a tournament, stop everything, stop all games, and say, all right, this is just an Eastern Conference tournament, and it's just like the playoffs. Boom, we're gonna play this and this, and like I don't even understand the rules. The one thing I do know is what I love is that the Pacers got all these young players on their team. They got young contracts for those. So I think every player gets a bonus of like $500,000. So for the Pacers, that's good money for them, right? But it ain't good money for AD, LeBron. So I think that the teams where it means something, I think you see the Pacers playing hard. The boys is balling out there, though, man. But I don't get the tournament at all, though, bro. It doesn't do anything for me as a fan. So I don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah. So, bro, we kind of had this little conversation, you and I. We talk about Usher yesterday.
Wait. Before you talk about that.
All right, yeah.
What are we doing with Ime Udoka and LeBron James, bro?
Bro, Ume, whatever his name is, he owe LeBron 5 minutes, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, it's listen, you ain't on the court, bro. So if I come over there off the court to choke you out, it's not a good look. It's not a good look either way. And I like how LeBron tried to handle it. He was like, look, bro, we all grown out here. You ain't finna just be throwing that word around like that. Like, quit it. Like, stop. Like, stop. Like, why are you even saying anything? Like, your team is getting the brakes beat off of them right now. Like, why are you even saying anything? And that's my thing. It's like, you can't get on the court to do nothing. You just mad because your team losing, and you want to call out LeBron, and you got yourself thrown out. Like, nah, you owe Bron 5 minutes, bro.
Okay, how old is Ime Udoka?
I don't know, but he played against LeBron a little
right.
While.
So I think there is some envy still that LeBron is still out there getting that work.
I'm looking it up.
So for starters, now we ain't forgave you for stepping out on Nia Long, right? So you should be cooling it out because you still we ain't okay. You cool, but you not cool, right? You cool that you out there. You got the Rockets. They looking like they way better. That's fine, right? But at the same time, though, bro, like we it was Nia Long, so that's one thing.
He's 46,
right?
Bro.
Okay, so you 46 years old. So that means that when you was in whatever your prime was, LeBron was out there giving you buckets. Now you've been retired for probably 15 years, maybe 20 years, possibly. And LeBron is now giving your team. Dog, come on, it's envy. And listen, and not just that though. You can the thing that makes me the maddest is I get mad when people say stuff like that in a safe, confined environment. So you know that I'm the face of the league right now. So you can say this because if I spur off on you, it's gonna make the league look real crazy. Like, dang, that boy LeBron did knock this other older gent out. It's like, bro, nah. That's why I hate that. I hate when people do stuff when it's safe, though, bro. Like, don't try to come at me with some kind of smoke that you wouldn't have under any other circumstances, though, bro.
Yeah, and you really look like a sucker because of the fact your team is out here getting washed. Your team getting just smeared, and you mad, so you got to talk trash to LeBron. Like, bro, stop. Like that.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here, bro.
Absolutely not.
You were saying about Usher.
Oh yeah. So we was talking about Usher. We had this question. I posted as a question of the day. I was like, look, what is Usher's biggest song? Now, globally, is right. But we talking about our community, bro. Like we talked about this before. We said that we talked about how there's global hits and then there's legacy songs, right?
Yeah.
So what is Usher's big record for us? Like, I'm not saying is.
Yeah, I think is. Yeah is the biggest Usher song. So I'm gonna tell you this. This is what I think. I'm gonna tell you the Usher songs that I think
no,
biggest songs.
Time out. What song changed it for you for Usher? Because it wasn't You wasn't sleeping on Usher, and then came on, and that's what pushed you over the edge. That's what I'm talking about.
No, that's different. That's different. That's
it ain't different.
That's a whole different conversation.
It's not. That's not.
Listen,
because I said that was the global hit. That's what most people are like. Okay, that's what put Usher on the map. I literally heard somebody say that yesterday, and I'm like, no, that's not what put Usher on the map.
So this is my thing. For me, regardless of who the demographic is Usher's biggest song amongst black folks, amongst white folks,
not
amongst
according to
Asian
my list.
folks.
It ain't.
No,
according
is
to my list.
Listen, Usher, listen, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why is right, because is one of the Lil Jon produced songs in the height of the crunk era when Atlanta was on top of everything. Right along the same time that Sierra did. So
so globally it did well. You're 100%.
I don't care about globally. In the black community, in black culture,
that ain't what according to that's not according to what my list say. According to my list, these are the names that people drop. We got Nice and Slow. We got Confessions. Oh my God. We got.
So you saying, oh my God.
Confessions.
Come on, bro. Don't say, see, when you said, oh my God, that invalidated everything that you said. Because now you got me thinking that's a global song. I've never heard anybody say, oh, what's Usher's biggest song? And somebody black said, oh my gosh. Like, go somewhere, bro.
That wasn't, I'm just telling you what the list say. That wasn't somebody black. I'm just telling you what the list say. Burn. Yeah. Love in the Club. Lovers and Friends. Confessions. Nice and Slow. Yeah. Confessions.
No, let me tell you. I'm gonna give you the official list.
Most of the black people said Confessions.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna give you the 5 Usher songs, and you can put them in order. This will be 5. This is real simple. Yeah is the number 1 Usher song. You Got It Bad is number 2. Confessions is number 3. You Make Me Wanna is number 4. And You Don't Have to Call is number 5.
So Nice and Slow didn't even make your list.
Nice and scratch it off. You Don't Have to Call, replace You Don't Have to Call with Nice and Slow. That's the 5. But Yeah is the number 1 song of Usher, from not just globally, in the black community. It's the best. It's the biggest Usher song, bro.
Not according to my list.
Your list had "Oh My Gosh" on there though.
That wasn't from a black person.
Yeah, but you got a small sample size though, bro.
It don't matter. Yeah. Post it on your page.
You got 5 people. You got 10.
It ain't
people.
5 people. It ain't 10 people. It's 46 comments, bro.
Bro, listen, man.
Just because it's not lining up with what you feel, that don't make it not right. Most people.
No, I'm just saying. Bro, listen, in the United States of Charles Venus, bro, that's the official list. Stop asking people. I'm gonna tell you what it
It ain't
is.
the official list. That's your
Listen,
list.
bro. That's just like this. I'm saying, but see, I'm saying when you say this is what I'm saying. When it comes to list, right, or the song, when I give my opinion on that, I say
It's
I
your
look at that
opinion.
from no. It's my opinion, but what I'm saying is that when I give my opinion, I look at it from a standpoint of, all right, you know what? Here's a list, right? And when I make the list, I'm gonna say it's gonna take my opinion into consideration. But when I make the list, I say no, I'm speaking for the sake of all humanity that this is the final list. If we had one list that everybody has to go by, and they say you've been elected as a person to make this list, you pick it. This is the list. That's how I take it. So when I do my all-time rapper list, it's saying no. If this was a list that goes into the Congressional Library as the top 5, top 10 MCs, this is it. Top 5 R&B, whatever the list is, I'm speaking on behalf of all the delegates, not just the black people. So when I say that these are the 5 Usher songs, I mean that these are the top 5 songs, period.
Not apparently to what the people have said. These people have spoken.
People don't have the same taste in music out there. I think that my taste in music is more superior than the person's. Listen, I'm gonna go out and say this. All the people that are responding, my taste in music is better, and therefore my list is more valid. That's what makes my list more valid, is my taste in music is better.
Charles,
that's why.
No.
My opinion, you're right. You are right. My opinion weighs more than theirs because my taste in music is better. That's why.
Bro, that don't even make no sense. The people have spoken.
My taste in music is better.
Listen, I don't
my
even
taste in music is better, so my opinion holds more weight.
Here's my thing, right? So when he did his residency, normally the best song you do at the end, I don't even think was the final song. I think it was somewhere in the middle.
He had to bring everybody back. He did some slow songs and he had to turn it up. That's the reason why he did it.
He has other fast songs. Stop. You act like
what other ones he got? What other fast songs he got? You don't got a call, and then he brought him back with the.
He got Superstar. He got Oh My God. He got
Superstar.
Not Superstar. The one Caught Up. He got Caught Up. So what I'm saying is, it ain't like he has a shortage of songs. So stop with that. All I'm saying is, if you at the residency, I guarantee you that song was not the last, and I guarantee you at the Super Bowl, that's not going to be the final song either.
I listen. He's gonna. You know why?
He's probably gonna start with it either.
He's gonna start with it? He's gonna start with because he's gonna get something to get it hyped on. And if he don't,
let's put something on.
Listen, and if he don't, if it's not, it's gonna be the middle song because that's what's gonna be the peak. He's gonna go ahead and say, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all whatever song he might do. Caught Up, he might do something, and then it's gonna go ahead and he's gonna do the Oh My Gosh, wow, and then he's gonna go to as the oh. That's why though, bro. It's now, come on, man. Is by far, and I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. There's a lot of songs that a lot of people connect with, but I think that it's and I think that there's a far distance between and the next Usher song in terms of the all-timeness of the song, though, bro. Is that song to me, bro.
I mean, like you said, to you, you're right. To you.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but if you're asking me,
I just asked you. I did, but that's the thing, though. I'm not fixing to, just because you commented, I'm not going to listen to the rest of the people that commented that didn't say
You don't even have to listen to everybody else. If you listen to what I have to say on this particular topic, it voids out everybody else's. It holds more weight, bro. That was easy.
How long did you eat your Thanksgiving?
Just Google something randomly. says, what is Usher's biggest hit? I just randomly Google, what is Usher's biggest hit? The biggest hit of Usher's career, shot the #1 and stayed there for 12 consecutive weeks. Easy.
Charles.
Easy.
We already understand. We said in the very beginning that is the biggest global hit that Usher had. We already said that. That's not the question I asked you.
You add the caveat of global.
I didn't add any. Charles, when I called you yesterday, time out. When I called you yesterday, I gave you the same caveat. So stop playing.
But that's the thing about it. But see, this is my thing about it. You try to add.
I didn't try to add anything.
What's his biggest global hit?
No, that's not. That's
the biggest hit. Period.
It's not. You and I see. This is why I'm calling cap on you, because you and I have already had conversations on here about what's the difference between a global hit and a hit that's represented by a community. We have had that conversation. So I did that.
What's bad is you're the one that hooked us up, knowing it could have been you. What's sad is that I love her, but I'm falling for you.
And what song is you singing? And what song are you singing? Because that ain't
It's dope. And that's what I say. You make me wonder. It's top 5 for Usher though, bro. It's what Jordan though. That was gonna be the one that I would have said, bro. But I think that either way though, I think that to me, is his biggest global. Is his biggest black culture song.
No, it's not.
It ain't.
Bruh.
It is. All the stats, bro, say that it is. Not just global. All the stats say
I'm even more inclined to think that Lovers and Friends was better than
No way, bro. No way. Ain't no way. You now you reaching, bro. You Space Jam reaching now.
Not at all. Same cast, better song.
No way. No way, bro. No way. Not even close. I think the Lovers and Friends is up there, bro. It is up there. If you put him out there with doing a verses, it's gonna smash most songs, right? But when you comparing it to his own catalog, nah.
Listen, I can't wait to see what he does for the halftime show. I can't wait. Yo,
you got it bad, and listen, you got it bad is up there too, though, bro.
100%. One of the black anthems. So, how long did you eat your Thanksgiving food?
I did exactly 7 days on certain things. But for the most part, I think that we cleared out 3 days after. 3 days after, all of mine was gone. But there were certain things. I had some yams that lasted.
Bro, my plate was the same from day 2 until day 7. My plate was the same, bro. And I went all the way to 7 days too, bro. I'm talking about. Listen, I'm talking about. I almost got emotional throwing stuff out, bro. Like no, it was so good, bro. And they was tripped out at work. They was like, bro, how are you still eating? I said, listen, it's getting better and better each day. Like the flavors just started just marinate, bro. Like it was so good, bro.
Low.
Hey, 7 days, bro.
Listen, man. I think that I had on the 7th day, I had the last bit of the yams and the last bit of the dressing. And that was only a little bit left in there. But I think, and then what prolonged it is that I had some the next day, skipped the day, and then went back-to-back days, skipped the day. And then that's how I got to set. I think that my fam, they was already over. They was like, all right, it's about that time though, man. We had a Popeyes turkey though, man, and it was smacking though. So it went a good way though, man.
Nah, Sarah told me day 2. She said, okay, it's on you now. Say less. Say less. It was on. I had bought these platters too. So my joints was, I had the portion size down to a science, bro.
Hey, listen, I'm not gonna even lie to you though, bro. So we going on a cruise this year, right?
Mhm.
For Christmas. And it's gonna be different because we ain't getting up and making Christmas dinner and all that other stuff. But dog, I'm looking for it. I'm about to tear some down on this cruise, though, bro. Like I'm talking about, I feel like I'm about to put on at least 10 pounds on this cruise, though, bro. Because if I'm going as hard as I think I am, though, 10 pounds easily, though, bro. I might have to force myself to work out, bro.
Yeah. When y'all, we'll talk about that off air because I ain't trying.
Yeah. It's going down, though, man.
Yeah. Last little quick story. Do you remember the TJ and Amy story? The two anchors that was on TV that ended up.
Yeah. The black dude and the white chick on the news. Yeah.
So tell me why. I just read a story, bro, that their significant others, the ones that they got divorced from, them two started dating each other.
You talk about being petty? That right there, bro. That's definitely petty.
They said they went through the same experience, so you know.
I'm not mad at that though, man. I'm assuming that TJ and Amy are still together, so these boys just did a whole wife swap, huh?
Basically, they should have just made a TV show off of that.
I don't know, bro. Like, I guess so. I mean, listen. Just because you step out doesn't necessarily mean that you stepping out because your spouse or significant other is a bad person. Maybe it's just your course ran out with them, but your significant other spouse is still a great and eligible person, bachelor, so bachelorette. So I mean, listen, bounce back game quick. I just think of all the people in the world. That's a weird one to bounce back to, but you know, kind of weird.
It's kind of weird, but at the same time, I can understand where they like, look, we experienced some of the same things. Because I mean, it's one of those things too. If you're looking at that person, then they ain't doing nothing but making you relive it over and over again too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I ain't think about it like that. So yeah. That's just
people. You gonna get with somebody who's making you relive in your head that old. Nah.
Yeah.
I'm cool on that.
Yeah, but I can understand the pettiness of like, look, maybe I just want to step out with that one person just to show you how it feels.
Oh yeah, if you stepped out there, you might be like, yeah, guess who's knocking these cakes down right now? Then, yeah. I can appreciate the pettiness of it though.
Yeah, but for it to be long term though, so yeah. Anyway, what you got up for the week, bro?
Big week, man. It's your boy birthday tomorrow. You know what I'm talking about?
That boy gonna be 43.
Yeah. So it's your boy birthday. I'm partaking in some turn up at the crib this weekend, though, man. Throwing a dope party. Got my man cave officially finished on up, though, man.
And brother.
Well, so I'm trying to go ahead and now I'm waiting for all my furnishings to get on in, though, man. And so yeah, man. I'm excited about this week. My mama coming into town tomorrow, though, man. And so pretty big little shindig, though, bro. Yeah, it's going down, man.
That's what's up.
What about you?
Man, I'm trying to get in the studio tomorrow. I got that one song left to record, so I'm trying to knock that on out. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, man. No, I'm excited for this week. I'm hoping that my new studio desk comes so I can officially set up the lab in there. And if anything comes tomorrow, I'm setting up shop tomorrow, though, man. So yeah, it's going down in a major way, though, bro.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Look, man, we appreciate y'all for checking in with your boys, and especially on the replay. Make sure you comment, like, share, do all of that fun stuff, and we'll see you on the next go round. One of us will be a year older.
What your name is?
The Splash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Splash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Yep.